Are you thinking about getting your real estate license in the state of Kansas? Well, in this video, I'm going to go through a complete step-by-step guide on how to get licensed and start your new real estate career. Let's dive right into it. My name is Chris. I've been a licensed agent for the past 10 years, and I've helped hundreds of people get started and get their real estate license. Before we dive into the video, make sure to check out our real estate license starter kit. Everything in this video, plus a lot more, is inside that guide. There's a link down in the description below, and it's completely free to download. Check it out. I think you'll like it. Down in the description below, you're also going to find a link to my favorite real estate school. The reason I love this school so much is that they're flexible, affordable, and on top of that, they have a pass or don't pay guarantee. And the reason I love that is they stand behind their work and they believe that they can really help you pass. So if you want to check them out, there is an affiliate link down below where you'll be able to access different sales and discounts on their classes. So make sure to check that out. The very first step of getting your real estate license in the state of Kansas is meeting the basic requirements. In Kansas, you must be 18 years old or older, you must have a high school diploma or a GED, and you must be a US citizen or a legal resident. Another thing to note is you must be able to pass a background check. So if you have things on your record that might prevent you from getting your license, then I would highly suggest you reach out to the local real estate commission and have the conversation ahead of time. Step number 2 is completing your real estate pre-license education. In the state of Kansas, you're required to complete 60 hours of state-approved pre-license education classes. And yes, I know, 60 hours sounds like a lot. But the good news is you can do this online or in person. I highly suggest the online option just because it's more flexible and most people enjoy it because they don't have to drive back and forth to real estate class, especially if they have a 9-to-5 job or other things going on in their life where they're just super busy. So I highly suggest you check that out. And you're gonna learn a ton of new things inside a real estate class. You're gonna learn everything from real estate financing to ethics to law. And these classes are really jam-packed with a lot of good information that you can use in the field, but you can also use to pass your real estate exam. So make sure to pay attention during your class time. Step number 3 is scheduling and passing your real estate exam. In Kansas, the exams are administered through PSI exams. To schedule your exam, you can go online or you can give them a call. When you show up to the testing center, just know you're gonna have to bring 2 important things. One is a basic non-scientific calculator for the math portion of the exam, and you're also going to have to bring 2 forms of identification. You can use a US passport, a driver's license, a debit card, a credit card, but just make sure you bring 2. Now you're probably wondering, what's the exam actually like? Well, when you walk into the testing center, you're gonna be surprised to note that the exam is all multiple choice, and that's the good thing. You're gonna have 2 different exams you need to pass. You have a state portion and a national portion of the exam. And I highly suggest, since they're multiple choice, you read each question multiple times before you submit your final answer. And the reason you want to do this is because the questions can be worded in a way that's a little bit tricky. And if you don't do this, there's a high odds that you might answer a question wrong that you really knew the right answer to just because you rushed through the exam. You have plenty of time to complete this. Now, because there's a national portion and a state portion of the exam, you can pass one and fail the other, and you just have to come back and pass the part that you failed. So that's the good news. Now, once you finish your exam, the good thing is you're gonna know if you passed or failed right away. In order to pass, you need a 70% score or higher, and if you failed the exam, don't beat yourself up too much. I know so many really successful agents that failed the exam multiple times before they ever passed, and they went on to build successful careers, and they're some of the top agents that I know today. So don't let it discourage you. It doesn't mean you're going to be a bad agent. It just means you need to go back and study a little bit harder. Now, if you pass the exam, it's time to celebrate because this is a huge milestone and you're getting really close to the point where you're going to be able to go get your real estate license and start this new journey. The next step is completing and passing your background check. You're also going to need to do fingerprinting, which need to be submitted to the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, and do a national background check through the FBI. Once that's complete, it's time to move on to step number 5, which is applying for your real estate license. You can apply right through the Kentucky Real Estate Commission, and this must be done within 6 months of passing your real estate exam. So definitely don't stall and don't wait. In order to do this, what we want to do is we want to take our completed pre-license education classes. This is the stuff that you did right at the beginning of this journey. We want to get proof of that. We want to get proof that we passed our real estate exam, and then we want to get our background check, and we want to take all that information and we want to send it off with our license application. Once you complete that, it's on to one of the most exciting parts of the process, and that's finding your sponsoring broker. And this part is super important because this is going to be your very first real estate mentor. So you want to make sure you pick a brokerage that aligns with what you're trying to accomplish. And you want to really avoid picking the wrong brokerage because this can set you back in a lot of ways. So I want to give you some really good questions to ask. And these are all the questions that I would ask if I was starting all over again as a brand new agent. The very first question to ask is, what kind of mentorship and training do you offer specifically for new agents? Are you going to have access to a mentor one-on-one that you can call anytime? Or do they just have some generic classes that you can attend every now and then for everybody at the brokerage? You want to ask questions like this because you need to know what kind of support you're going to get as a brand new agent. The second question to ask is, how are you going to teach me to market and build my business? One of the hardest parts about being a real estate agent, and one of the reasons most people fail, is because they can't figure out how to get new clients. So you want to ask that question and figure out if this brokerage is going to be able to help you grow and market your business in a way that you align with. Another question you might want to ask, especially if you want leads and additional resources, you might want to ask if they have any real estate teams that you can interview with at their brokerage. Question number 3 is all about commission splits and monthly fees. And I would focus more on the monthly fees because as a brand new agent, if you don't have any deals and income coming in, it gets really challenging to pay a monthly fee to a brokerage every month. And brokerages have all different kinds of monthly fees. Some brokerages have no monthly fee. Others have a small monthly fee. And I've seen some that charge up to a couple $100s per month just to become a part of their brokerage. And that's whether you close deals or not. So as a brand new agent, this can be incredibly challenging, and I would definitely look out for that. Now, the second part of that question is all about the commission splits. And while I don't recommend you hyper-focusing on commission splits, you should ask the question and you should have the conversation. But I would not go to the brokerage that has the highest splits and the lowest support. You want to find a brokerage that has high support, and then if they have good commission splits, that's awesome. But 100% of nothing is still nothing. So make sure you ask these questions ahead of time. Okay, so now that we completed all the steps of getting our real estate license, you probably have some questions, and I want to go through some of the most important questions that I get on a regular basis. The first one is, how much does it actually cost to get your real estate license in the state of Kansas? Well, I estimate anywhere between $700 and $1,000, depending on what classes you take, what kind of exam prep tools you get, and what brokerage you decide to become a part of. Another common question that I get is, how long does it actually take to get your real estate license? Well, in Kansas, I would estimate anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks, depending on how fast you move through the courses and at what pace you do this. Some people move at a much slower pace, other people much faster. But I would estimate anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks. So it's not that bad. Another question I commonly get is the Kansas real estate exam hard? Yes, real estate exams can be difficult, and a lot of people are nervous that they're going to fail. And in fact, a lot of people do fail the first time, but you don't have to. There are so many exam prep tools out today, and the one I suggest is CompuCram. They take you through test-like simulations, and you get a constant feedback loop so you know what you're doing good on, what you're doing bad on, and it helps you study in a way that replicates the actual real estate exam. So it's a super powerful tool. And if you want to check them out, there is an affiliate link down below in the description, and I think it will help you gain the confidence you need to pass the exam. And the last question I get is, can I do real estate part-time? And the answer is absolutely. I know so many agents that do real estate part-time. They have a part-time job and they do real estate, or they have a full-time job and they do real estate. The best part about real estate is it's flexible. You can build the kind of business that you want to build, whether that's going full-time right out the gate and building a business where you make, do 20, 30, 40 deals a year, or if it's part-time and you do a couple deals a year until you get your business off the ground. Some people keep their part-time job all the time and they never go full-time, while other people use their part-time job as a springboard until their real estate business gets off the ground, and then they go full-time in real estate. But the best thing is you get to decide which way is best for you. Okay, so any questions that I didn't cover, drop in the comment section below and I'll get back to you ASAP. Also, if you like this video, smash the like button. It really shows me that you appreciated and valued the video, and I do check the videos to see who likes them, so that would be awesome. And also subscribe to the channel because I have more content all about getting started with your real estate career, so make sure to stay tuned. Thanks again for tuning in.